You've seen the numbers. 20 veterans commit suicide every single day.
There's people that fail to fully understand it who think it's a cost of doing business.
Nobody can tell me the system's working.
Tonight, only on 3TV, new hope for our hurting heroes, right here in southern Arizona.
You know, suicides are on the rise in America, and simply too many veterans are taking their own lives.
Tonight, Nicole Kreitz shows us a new program here in Arizona which could make all the difference.
The depth of the trauma I was experiencing was extremely covert.
I'd figured out how I was going to kill myself. I'd worked it through in my head. And I had a plan.
They had no idea why and hit this severe suicidal spiral.
There's people that fail to fully understand it who think it's a cost of doing business.
For many soldiers and first responders, it's been a long road carrying the weight of their unseen scars. Now this ranch in southern Arizona is opening up a new path to healing our heroes.
We were in Baghdad in 2007.
Former Army Major Josh MANTZ says his struggle with depression and suicide started when he died.
I remember very distinctly the last moment of my life. We're engaged by an enemy sniper. At first, I didn't know that I was shot. A few seconds later, I consciously took my last breath, said my last thought, and I died. I woke up about 2 days later in the green zone to learn that I flatlined for 15 minutes straight.
He was back fighting with his men 4.5 months later, but says it took him a decade to find purpose and meaning in his second life.
So I believe that no one could possibly understand the depths of what I was experiencing.
Suicide is a disease, maybe an epidemic of hopelessness. And if we can create hope in somebody's life, then they're going to survive.
Retired Navy bomb tech Ken Falk has seen the scars of combat. He's lost plenty of brothers on the battlefield, but says we can all do more to help the hundreds of thousands who come home with deep and often invisible injuries.
PTSD is like driving a car with your foot on the gas and your foot on the brake in full capacity and looking in the rearview mirror.
So he's looking out for their future, expanding his Boulder Crest retreat for military and first responder families to this 130-acre ranch in Sonoyta.
We need a new and innovative approach to treating PTSD. Where is it?
Here.
We hope so.
This is the original homestead from the Apache Wars in the late 1800s, the perfect place to bring these hurting heroes back to their warrior roots. Using progressive, holistic, and alternative therapies to triage the mental health crisis affecting so many families.
Just when I pulled in and saw the Longhorns, I was like, okay, I love this place. I feel like I'm on a movie set out here. It's so gorgeous.
It's also a light pulling first responders out of dark places.
I didn't have a resource like Boulder Crest available to me.
Former undercover ATF agent Jay Dobyns infiltrated the Hells Angels and nearly lost everything 9 years ago.
When my true identity was revealed, I started receiving death threats.
An arsonist set his home on fire while his wife and kids were sleeping inside.
That was intended for me.
He says first responders who protect our families often put their own at risk.
There was a contract out to videotape the gang rape of my wife. There were threats out there to kidnap and torture my kids.
Diagnosed with depression and PTSD, he's speaking out to encourage others to speak up.
And we can't pretend like the mental and emotional trauma that they receive on their job is just a cost of doing business.
This is called a labyrinth. It dates back thousands and thousands of years. It symbolizes the journey that we take throughout life.
Josh's life has come full circle. He's going to be a guide here, helping others turn their struggles into strength.
Being in the presence of other veterans who experience the same, because you don't have to say everything. There's an energy there and there's a common understanding that can still fulfill the gap of that connection.
Showing them while they can't change the stories of their lives, they can make peace with their past and write their own ending.
There's nothing more powerful in overcoming trauma than the power of human connection.
Nicole Kreitz, 3TV.
Could help a lot of people, Nicole. Thank you very much for that. Boulder Crest opens in Sonoyta next month. You can find a link with all the information about it on our AZ Family News app right now.